Hey guys, Bill the Kansas Flamingo Chef. The current time is 5:26 p.m. and this is going to be a little experiment in real-time cooking. Now, I don't know if I'll actually edit this video or just play it full speed, but I do want you to see how quick I'm going to do this. So I just started boiling some water. As soon as it reached the boil, that's where I decided to start. So I'm going to start by putting some penne pasta in the water. That's enough. Only cooking for one. I have a few ingredients. I've got a jar of Alfredo sauce from the grocery store. This is actually an Aldi brand. I think I paid like $1 for this stuff. But we're going to use this as the base of my sauce. I've got a can of stewed Italian-style tomatoes. I've got some garlic butter from Chef Chamois. Parmesan cheese, shredded from the lovely Kroger store. And then I'll use whatever spices I decide to grab. Some scallops, bay scallops. These came from Sam's. Or actually, I guess they probably came from Walmart, so Sam's Choice. And then last but not least, I have thawed out a dozen large shrimp that are peeled and deveined. Now you can buy them already ready to go that way, so it saves a little time. So I'm going to start by warming up my pan, and we're going to get some butter in here and get going. Like I said, I'm just going to shoot this in one take, so what you see is what happens. I'm going to start with a good heaping tablespoon of butter. We'll let that start to cook down. Turn the heat down on the pasta a little bit. What you hear is me draining water off a shrimp. Got them sitting here. I get a dozen shrimp. I get some scallops. My hands are nice and clean, by the way, for those of you who are worried. All right, well, one scallop went in the pan already. That's fine. 2 good handfuls of scallops there. Quick hand wash. All right. We're going to go ahead and add our seafood to the butter. And I'm going to season that. I'm going to use a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic. Kinder's the blend. That's maybe a half a teaspoon. And then I'm going to give this a little bit of zing. So we're going to use this. This is a spice I found locally I really like. It's Caribbean Belize spice. It's a Cuban spice blend. And this will just get this little zing in this pasta. And we'll use about a teaspoon, almost a teaspoon of that. I'm just going to let this seafood work in its own liquid here for a minute. Check our pasta. Bring the heat back up. I want to get that pasta swelled up really nicely. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and open my jar of tomatoes. Like I said, what happens in real time, no edit. Okay. Now I'm not going to take the liquid off of this shellfish because I want that broth to form in there a little bit. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to drain some of the liquid off the tomatoes just a little bit and put some of that right in here, but probably half the can. And I will take a whisk and just break those stewed tomatoes up just a little bit. Trying to keep my pasta from boiling over. Okay. Now the rest of the liquid that's in here, I'm going to use into this. And I'll keep the rest of these tomatoes. Bring this heat up to high. Move that around a little bit. Check on our pasta and break it up. I want that to come to a good simmer. We're about 5 minutes in, give or take. And I'm going to go ahead, once that's at a good simmer, and add some of this Alfredo sauce. It's not going to take a lot. I'm just building a sauce around the fish, and then I'm going to add the pasta to it as I reduce it all. Meanwhile, go ahead and put a handful of cheese in here. Now, if you wanted to really liven this up a little bit, give it some character, you can chop some green onions or some fennel. Or what I'm going to do, grab some leeks. So I've got some cut up leeks here that were in my refrigerator. Leeks have a way of bringing out the flavor in seafood so well. So we'll just take about that much of a leek, like that. Right? Mince that pretty fine. Okay. I'm going to take most of that leek that I chopped up and just add it to this. You could use green onion if you rather, celery, bell pepper, regular onion, whatever. It's just something to bring out a little bit of fish flavor. Bring that forward in the dish. And leeks work really well. So does fennel. All right, we'll go ahead and check our pasta here. It's almost done. You notice that's reducing really quickly. And of course the cheese is helping to bind it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this Alfredo sauce. It's not going to take very much. As you can see, very little there actually. And I'm just going to whisk that in lightly. Now if you want this a little creamier, use more of the Alfredo. And you can kind of go to taste or to color as you go. And that's about where I want it. And bring my heat down to medium. Our pasta should be done. Check and see if it's nice al dente. Perfect. I'm going to strain the water off the pasta. And then I'm just going to put the pasta right into this pan. Okay, now we're going to do the flip. Make sure it all combines really well. Take it off the heat. Ready to serve. You can throw a little green onion on there if you want some color, parsley, whatever you got. But I guarantee you that's going to be good. It's just a real quick real quick shrimp and scallop pasta. See you on the next one. Eat fabulous. Tell me if you'd like me to do another one of these real time or even live. Bill at KansasFlamingoChef.com.